Robin proper suggestions in Holland that it's almost done with 20.
Yeah, we accepted a bid from them, so I think it's just a case of Robin deciding if that's what he wants and agreeing personal terms and stuff. So I've been really impressed with him as a guy, but I think obviously we signed some centre halves, so it's going to be difficult for him to play football. So I think it'll be, if it happens, it's a good move for him, and if it doesn't, it will be because he's decided it's not what's right for him, and maybe he'll look for something else.
Do you envisage a lot more outgoings?
I think so. I think the squad's big. I think we're definitely not done with the incomings and the signings. So I think it's natural that people have to go for some people to come in, or when people come in, it will be even clearer for some people that have to go and play football elsewhere.
Was it important for you to have those conversations with players early on and give them as much time and as much chances as possible to move on?
Yeah, I think so. You obviously, I watched a lot of games from last season when I knew this job was a possibility. So you have a preconceived or like an understanding of what you think they can do. But then some of them have come in the building, and some of them have really actually surprised us by being much better than we thought. And some of them are just don't fit the profile of what we need, or what we feel we need, or what we want to play the way we want to play. So it's never personal. I've said that to each of the guys. It's not personal at all. It's a professional thing, and we'll treat them well and professionally as possible. And at the end of it, if they leave and move on, we can look each other in the eye, and they've given us everything, we've given them everything. Everyone can move on happy with the situation. So there'll never be a problem with some of the guys that are sort of in between or in transition at the moment, as long as they train as hard as they possibly can, and we give them as much as we can, then it'll be fine.
If and when he leaves, does that leave you needing another centre half, or have you got enough?
No, I think we're probably all right with the people we have in the building.
Gassama, obviously, some suggestions that deal's hit a snag. Can you give?
Well, no, I think it's all done our end. I think with Sheffield Wednesday and the difficulties they are experiencing, which is tough for them, and obviously we've been here this week with them, and I know a few of their guys and played with a couple of them, and worked with a few of their staff members as well. It's difficult for them, so we're waiting on their end to be sorted. But I think we fully expect Gas to be our player, hopefully very soon.
A player that excites you?
Yeah, he's different to what we've got. I think we need a point of difference in the squad. We need a few, and he'll be one of them, hopefully.
Is the forward area something that still needs to be strengthened?
I think we need to try and strengthen as many areas as possible. I think we've made a few additions, so we have a lot of players in certain positions that we're quite happy with, but then outside of that, I think the squad's been fairly, not balanced in the way that we would like. Myself and Kevin and Dan and the guys, so I think we have to just try and address that, but of course we can't have 40 players in the building, so I think we have to make sure there's a balance of that.
In terms of the centre forward position, would one of them have to leave before you would look to add in that?
I don't know, we have 3 or 4 at the moment, so young Josh has done really well as well. 2 of them are training now, whilst the rest of the squad have just trained, but 2 of them are a bit behind because one's been injured and one's been away in Hamza, and Cyril has had an injury, so they're working very hard to get back with the squad as quickly as possible, and then we'll just see.
See, in terms of the recruitment, Russell, how pleased are you generally with how it's going, and how deliberate is it being to go to the English market and try and find players that hits on the market?
I'm delighted, yeah. So I think we have I think there's a balance here at this club with the expectation and signing people that understand it a bit. So whether they're from England or Scotland, wherever, I think we have a feeling and an understanding. We have a lot of players from different cultures and backgrounds as well. I think when I look at the most successful teams, they have a core of British players that really understand, because the culture here is not different to the English. The Premier League is a separate entity probably now in terms of the intensity, the whole thing around it. But I think this club is as close you get to anything in terms of intensity with the media, with the fans, with the expectation. So I think people understand that, and people are desperate to play here. People that we know and trust can do, we think we can do the job. So I think that's really important. And then, people that we will sign people from far and wide if we think they can really fit that. But I think you need a real spine of people that understand and can go to war every single week and understand what that takes. So wherever they're from, just at the minute we've gone and taken a few players from down there, but Nasser's not played very much there. He played in Serbia Champions League, did great. So I think the net is far and wide, but then once we make sure they're coming in, they're the right ones. I've been absolutely delighted with the people we brought in. I think they made us look better. like physically, athletically, with your eyes, and they definitely made us better on the pitch.
You mentioned you'd watched obviously a lot of games from last season. Was there more to do when you finally get in the door in terms of transfer business than you perhaps
No, I
envisaged?
think the plan's been pretty consistent all the way through, really, from the time we first spoke about it, from the time I first got a job, and we sat down and spoke about the squad structure, how it's made up, and not just in terms of ability and positions, but character, experience, development, players that with potential to become real assets for the club. So there needs to be a healthy balance of all of it, and I think we're pretty much, listen, we all want, I'd rather have a few more players in now, but you'd rather wait and get the right ones, and I think Kevin and Dan are working so hard with the guys, and Greta's down here, and the owners, and everyone's working really hard to make sure we're happy with what we end up with.
Russell, quite a few players haven't left, haven't travelled with you to the training camp. Leon King, you spoke about Clinton in Seattle at the weekend. Jose Cervantes isn't here. You spoke about wee bit issues. Would we be able to, or would we gather from that then that they've been told most likely their futures aren't with Rangers and elsewhere?
I think every situation is different. Every situation is different, but yeah, I think you can probably ascertain that if they're not here, not involved with us, they've either been close to something else or they're just not needed in their position this week, because we have a lot of players. So we've travelled with 25 outfield players, I think, which is still quite a lot, and 4 goalkeepers. So I don't think we needed any more than that this week.